Your girl is back with another petty pop-up. Real heavy on the petty. I'm just here to state my petty opinion. Everything said in this video is alleged and in my opinion and used for educational and entertaining purposes. Hey y'all, what y'all been doing? Where my petty betties at? Hope everybody had a good week and a good weekend. I didn't, but this is my review for Season 8, Episode 3, New Beefcakes on the Block. All right, y'all, let's see what they doing. So, y'all, they opened up with Mel and Nell playing something called peekaball. I didn't know what that is. Do y'all know what peekaball is? I ain't never heard of it. But anyway, they was just talking and catching up. It was cute. Mel asked why did she come to the podcast? And she said, "Cause you sold out so fast." And Mel was like, "I know you not finna say that. I know you not finna say that." She said, "You could have called. She said, I know you lying. You said you called for everything else. You could have called, if you need a ticket." She said Stormy got her tickets in December. So she really didn't have an excuse for why she didn't come. It just seems to me like Nell is a follower very much. I don't know if she got on this show for clout or what she really got on this show for, but it seemed to me like if she was a friend of Mel, she would have gone to support, because there was really no reason why she didn't or couldn't have. Anyway, so Nell asked Mel what happened with Hotel going to jail. She's like, "What really happened?" So Mel was like, "You ain't asking?" I know she was like, "That's your friend, you ain't asking?" Nell was like, "I ain't want to hear that." Like as if she knew he was already gonna lie. But anyway, so Mel explained exactly what happened. And so Nell took what she originally said back and said, "Well, after hearing all that, then I understand why you did what you did." But she was saying, like, "You know how I feel about a black man going to jail." Okay, I know that her son has been in a lot of trouble. And for me, I'm a boy mom as well. It doesn't matter if it's your son, if it's your daddy, if it's your brother, whoever it is. If they're out there doing something wrong, they ass need to go to jail, or they need to get a consequence for what they're doing. That is how people learn consequences for their actions. People like Nell and all the other pick-me-ass misogynistic male-identified women on this show are the reason why we get narcissists, or the reason why we have men who don't understand that there are consequences for your actions, or have people trying to defend people when they wrong. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If your son's stealing credit cards, his ass is wrong. If it don't belong to him, he had no business putting his hands on it. And that, as his mother, that's something that you should have taught him. So there are instances where a person, it gets done wrong. Like we had the George Floyd incident. That's an incident where you can go up for somebody. You know what I'm saying? There are instances where you should not want a person to go to jail, or you can see that a person has been wrong. However, this is not one of them. And anyway, I ain't never seen so many women want to throw women under the bus, or throw themselves in the way, to excuse men's behavior. That's some bull. Who raised y'all? Where y'all get that from? I hope y'all generation go ahead and die off, because we're not going for that shit no more. I'm sorry. So then Nell asked, "How did you feel about the interview Hotel did with the blogger? Did you see it?" And she was like, "No, I didn't see it." Nell said, it pissed her off. Well, Nell said it pissed her off, but Mel don't have to do anything. Everything this man try to do, it fails. Well, she said that she saw that it kind of backfired on him. So, most things that he do backfire on him because he don't have no reason to be trying to be hateful and ugly because he can't have his way. He couldn't have his cake and eat it too. But anyway, so then they get to talking about Lexi and Lexi's interview that she did with Giving You the Real Tea. And Nell was saying that, yes, Fletcher was married when they got together. However, she didn't know it. But she said they were separated and going through a divorce. So I was never anybody's side chick. And I was like, wait a minute now, Nell, hold on. If he was married, you was a side chick, whether you knew it or not. We all know how men lie. We all know how some men cannot be by themselves, how relationships tend to overlap, how they don't finish one thing before they start doing something else. This is not nothing new. It does not mean that you were not a side chick and didn't know it. So don't go around saying, oh, I was never nobody's side chick. If he was married, yes, you were, boo. You were a side chick. Now, if they were separated and going through a divorce, it's generally acceptable for people to, then probably if they're dating someone or look to date someone, if the decision has been made that we are getting a divorce and they are separated and living apart and they just waiting on the paperwork to come through, that's a whole nother thing. But if he was still legally married to this woman and y'all was dating, living together, whatever, however, if you knew or didn't know, you were still on the side, boo. That's just how they go, it don't sound nice, especially when you have the audacity to be around here trying to give advice to other people. But that's what it is. I don't really think Nell or Chris is in a position to be giving nobody advice. They want to be looked at as the auntie and uncle in the room, but you have to live your life in such a way that it can be an example to people. You can't be out here pulling, you can't be out here with your husband cheating on you and your husband sleeping with juveniles, and then you find out that you was dating the man before he even got legally divorced, but y'all want to be giving other people advice. That don't go together. I'm sorry, they just don't get it to me, and to me, I feel like Nell is old enough. She should have a better understanding of the world and the way things work. She told Mel, did y'all see when they first quit playing, and she was like, oh, give me some water, and she was saying in her confessional, she was like, Mel, she said Mel be giving her a hard time, already be giving her a hard time because she a little older than her, and she said she told me, I'm not really your elder, I'm just your spicy auntie. See, here we go again, delusional. Nell, you are her elder. You can be her spicy auntie, boo, but you are her elder. And whether you want to be or not, it does not refute the fact that you are much older than her and you are her elder. So, I don't know. I just think that Nell is a little bit delusional. I appreciate the fact that she apologized for not attending the podcast. And, she was saying, well, Mel is my friend. It's Mel, and this Nell crap gonna kill me. But she was like, she needs me just as much as I need her. And I was like, so you needed to talk to Mel before you recognize that? If you somebody's friend, you their friend, and just like Mel was saying, you call her for all this other stuff, why you didn't call her for that? I don't know. These people just kind of like have selective memory, and they kind of want to rewrite, history. Like they'll say something and then they want to, rearrange it and try to make it more acceptable when they get in front of different people. But anyway, I just think that I've been trying to avoid reading Nell in them damn Dollar General store wigs she be wearing. But yeah, if your son is out here stealing credit cards, boo, he need to go to jail. I don't care if he purple. It don't matter what color he is. And you can kill that. You know how I feel about a black man going to jail. Why don't you teach that black man what he needs to do, how he needs to behave out here in society so that he does not go to jail? How about that? How about you do that? Teach him the right way. Teach him how to be a respectable citizen in the world instead of trying to help him avoid accountability for the things that he out here doing. Okay. Anyway, y'all, I thought this was cute when she was saying, "Oh, give me some water, give me some water," and then she was like, "Oh, this water hot." But anyway, this was a cute scene, y'all. Even though I'm just a little disappointed in Nell. But anyway, we're gonna move on. Okay, so yeah, we get to the next scene and we have Stormy and Latricia. Latricia is a new addition to the show. Stormy said that she used to do her hair. They were talking about she was asking Stormy how does she like being pregnant and how does she like being a mother. I guess, over the years, over time, they have known each other. I guess by her doing her hair or whatever, they have known each other. And at the time, Stormy didn't have any kids, and she was saying how she wanted to have kids. So she was talking about the IVF journey and surrogacy and stuff. And she was also saying that her and Courtney wanted to have a new baby. And what is that? Is it a charcuterie? How do you say that, y'all? Charcuterie board, whatever they call it. I don't know what that is they eating, but it sure look good. So anyway, Latricia was saying that she saw Tisha and that she said to text her because she wants her to train her, but she hasn't texted her back yet. So she wanted to get Stormy's opinion before she took Letitia on as a client. And Stormy was like, well, my problem with Letitia started with Marceau. And, she was like, well, I did call a man a bitch. Well, he is one. But anyway, she said, I still feel like he is one. And she was like, but if you Letitia might be your vibe. If you're going to be training her, just train her, okay, so this is another idiot they've added to the edition of this show, because there's no way you're going to tell me a business person got to get somebody else's opinion before they can add a person to their roster for their business. That just makes no sense to me. When it comes to being a trainer, you're not there to be a friend. You're there to train them. So if you have any professionalism about yourself, it doesn't matter who it is. You could train anybody, or you should be able to train anybody. I just didn't understand. This is very juvenile, very high schoolish of her to say, well, I just wanted to check with you before I took her on. Oh, well, since you say it's okay, I'll text her back. Have y'all ever heard of that? Like, how do you make any money that way? Like, how do you sustain a career that way? Like, your reputation should be above reproach, especially of your friendships. It shouldn't depend on who you're friends with, you're just going to limit yourself in that way. Like, that's just not very smart, okay? So anyway, they went to talking, and Stormy was asking her why was she, what motivated her to go so heavy in the gym? Like, what fueled you to be so heavy in the gym? And Latricia said anger. She said she had a hard way of communicating, and by the time, anything came out, it'd be like a big ball of fire. And she was like, I guess she had some issues with her ex-husband. Stormy was calling him Mr. as a nickname, like Mr. from The Color Purple. And I was just like, girl, you all right? She was like, the way she was talking about come out like a big ball of fire, and like she had problems communicating. Girl, you need to go to therapy. You need to get you a therapist. Sound like you need somebody to talk to. And so Stormy was asking her, how did he leave the picture? She was like, well, that's a good question. He just left. It was just time. Then Stormy was saying that they need to double date and all that. Y'all, I'm sorry. This scene was a little too long for me, and I could have completely done without it. It was completely irrelevant. Stormy is not endearing. Neither is Latricia. Neither one of them are interesting. It was a complete waste of time that I can't get back, other than me looking at that charcuterie board, whatever you call that thing. Other than me seeing the food, I was like, that looks interesting. That's the most interesting thing that I saw in this scene. I just was completely uninterested in anything they was talking about. And they just wasted our time, okay? Because we're not going to be here long, because this whole episode was a dud, okay? So the next scene we get to is Lurch and Fiona, okay? So Lurch and Fiona go classic car shopping. They made themselves look like complete idiots, saying that they think the Lincoln Continental was driven by Abraham Lincoln. Girl, shut up. You sound dumb as both of y'all. I see why y'all together now. Y'all both stupid. Y'all both evenly yoked. Anyway, they was talking about having another baby, and this is another scene that was way too long. Courtney was focusing on the process and telling her to set up the appointments and stuff. And Stormy wanted to keep saying that, well, I'll set it up when I go have a meeting for TikTok. She had to add that in. I just feel like this episode was a little too Stormy heavy for me, because I do not like Stormy. If they want to have another baby, good. You don't need nobody's permission to do that. She was saying, you get your car, I get my baby. She said it a couple times. But anyway, the only thing that I thought was poignant, well, I already said they're idiots, y'all. When they were talking about having another baby, Courtney was saying that, Stormy was saying that by the baby being born by a surrogate, that she wouldn't be able to feed the baby, breastfeed the baby. And Courtney was like, he didn't like that because she was the only one that could feed the baby. Okay. She was the only one that could feed the baby. Like, she couldn't depress milk. Like, every woman I know that breastfeeds depresses milk and keeps it refrigerated so that wherever the baby goes, the milk can go with the baby and the baby can be fed to her breast milk. So why is it that Stormy's baby could only be fed by her? If anybody figures that out, can y'all let me know? Because I didn't understand that. I didn't know if they was just stupid or if it's something going on that I don't know about, but I don't understand why she couldn't depress her own milk and like everybody else does. And anybody who wanted to feed the baby could have fed the baby. But anyway, y'all, this was another scene that I could have done without. That's why I said this whole episode was a complete dud. Okay, so then we move on to Latricia and Ken. Y'all, they're bodybuilders, I guess, gym rats. She was saying that she trains Destiny and that she sees Hotel Liar Holt at the gym. He was saying something about when he proposes to her, so evidently they're not engaged as of yet. She is saying that she is divorced. However, this man who she living with, she's not married to. They're not engaged yet. He was saying she's giving him time to plan or whatever. Y'all, I could care less. I don't know these people. I don't know what they're talking about. There's something about them that just does not do it for me. I don't like to call people ugly, but I'm just going to say I'm just not attracted to them in any way for any reason. And whatever they're talking about, I don't care about it. One thing I will say, the guy, his name is Ken, he said, when he was talking about asking her to marry him or whatever, when he was going to propose or whatever, that he was like, it don't take 10 years to figure it out. Was that a dig, y'all? I don't know. It sounds like a lot of this stuff has been set up, y'all. Why would he say that? Why would he say it don't take 10 years to figure it out? But anyway, y'all, I just thought that was a dig. But anyway, whatever they was talking about was completely irrelevant to me. I could care less about it. I was trying to give them a chance, being that they're new. I was just like, next, anything but that. I don't want to see them. Okay, so time, it was a really, really boring episode for me. They were talking about how low the ratings are, and they were saying how a lot of people have been saying how they're not expecting this show to last very much longer. What do y'all think about that? Because I was like, okay, so we got a lawyer or a so-called lawyer who's so dumb, he think he can sue people for their opinion. And he think he can tell people what they can talk about on their YouTube channel. Okay, so then we got another husband who say he a builder, but he keep getting sued for millions of dollars because he can't complete a project, right? Then we got another clown on the show who don't have a job. All he doing is going around trying to torture his ex-wife because she left him because he couldn't stop cheating. He want to torture her and try to ruin her reputation because he don't have no self-control, okay? Then we got Kimmy with her dry libido. All she talked about last season was her dry puss, which nobody really wants to hear about, okay? And then we got Letitia, who she don't know if she want to be a boss or if she wants to be a stay-at-home mom, and she don't have an office to work out of. She act like she cannot stand mail. She can't abide mail for no reason. But what you got going on? All they do is talk about everybody else's business and what everybody else has going on, okay? Now, the new people they got coming in, they're supposed to be gym rats. The woman is supposed to be an ex-paramour or whatever of hotels, okay? Then we got the Fletchers, who are in battle with their own family. They got their own stuff going on within their own family. And the stepdaughter came out trying to blast the stepmama. It's just like, this is like a show from hell. Like, what people are telling y'all that they want to see black excellence. This is not black excellence. This is not what people want to see. This is a hot mess. And I just really find it difficult to watch this show and see these people be so ungrateful. Because the only two scenes in this show that had any light were the scenes with Mel in it. And them was really the only ones that most people was interested in. Because the rest of it wasn't talking about nothing. They ain't got nothing to talk about. They ain't got nothing going on. All they do is bring up everybody else's business and talk about everybody else, and they get mad when they get found out. They get mad when people call them on this shit. Now, Kimmy did an interview with Dustin Ross, and she was saying that she's not for the name calling. Well, didn't you call Mel Bougie? Ain't you the same one that was calling Mel Bougie and getting Basement Billy on the show so that you could go at Mel without going at Mel? Because Kimmy is the only one who thinks she's smart and think that she can go at Mel through other people, so she doesn't have to verbally say things out of her mouth. But I really feel like Kimmy is a op, and she does little hateful things, but she is smart enough to know that she can't go head to head with Mel, because the hate she already get, she can't handle it. And if she was to get that kind of hate, she for sure couldn't handle it. So she does little underhanded things to try to get other people to say the things she won't say it, without her having to do it herself. Letitia does the same thing through her mother and through all these other people, and saying all this stuff about, well, what did Mel do? What did Mel do? They have never ever supported Melody. I just need Melody to know that these people are not her friends, and these people are ungrateful. And Marceau is so ungrateful, he wouldn't even say thank you. Like, he wouldn't even admit that y'all helped him. He wouldn't even admit that y'all helped him with somewhere to stay or helped him with a car. That's common for people to loan people their car and stuff like that. You should be grateful. You should learn how to say thank you. These people can't even say thank you. But I think what it is to me was keeping this show going. These ladies are agreeing with Mel that they should, support each other and come together and all that, because they understand that without Mel, that there is no show. And they are trying to keep them checks coming. They know that they can't, nobody will watch if it was just them on there. Maybe they're arrogant enough to think they would, but they know ain't nobody gonna watch no Scott's Heavy Show. Okay, so they're trying to keep the checks coming. They're trying to act like they, agree and get along so that they can keep the checks coming, because their actions show otherwise. If you haven't seen these people, you haven't talked to these people don't support you, they don't show up to nothing that you do, y'all are not friends at all. You know what I mean? And I feel like Nell is so busy trying to be friends with everybody, you neglecting your own friend to be friends with everybody else, because she didn't even have a reason for not going. She didn't even have a reason. She couldn't even say nothing about why she wasn't there. She threw up the same excuse everybody else threw up. Oh, well, you sold out so fast. And just like Mel said, you called for everything else. You could have called me for a ticket. Anyway, y'all, that's all I got. I don't know how long we can expect liars and haters in Huntsville to last. I'm gonna rename the dang on show, because they ain't got nothing to do with no love, and it ain't got nothing to do with no marriage, child. So anyway, y'all, I don't know, the next episode they show some scenes where well, we'll wait till next week and see what they got going on. Y'all get down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Tell me what y'all think about this sorry episode. And until the next time, y'all, peace.